I just wanted to make sure I didn't spill any water inadvertently or drown everybody with embarrassment.
What about you, Diana?
As you know, the main context of ritual immersion in Judaism is the mikveh, the small ritual bath, which is mainly used by married women in the context of family purity laws. And I've been married twice, and from my first marriage, my late husband and I did not keep those rules, and I didn't go to the mikveh. But then, a few years after he died, I married again, and having kind of elevated my own standard of practice, marrying someone who expected that also.
We want to record this and then we'll send it to them.
And the first time, it was an extraordinary experience because I really understood the transformative power of it in the sense of moving from a state where no intimacy was possible between me and my new husband of any kind, and after the mikveh, everything was possible. So it
doesn't look that good on camera.
Experience.
I'd like to share an experience that I had with you, and I'd like you to respond to it.
Let me go on the other side.
I was, about 21 years old, coming to the end of my university life, and I was sharing a holiday. I was a leader at a camp. And on the last night of the camp, I went down to the seashore on my own, and it was quite dark.
You like singing the Jurassic
and I decided I would have a swim. And this was North Antrim. And I tell you, the waters of North Antrim are freezing cold. And I went into the sea, and I swam about for a bit, and then I lay on my back, and I was suddenly conscious that everything was totally silent. And I began to think of what I was going to do next, and where my life was going, and all the things that I suppose should be going through a young student's head. And I had this extraordinary sense in the total silence, and the water became warmer for some reason, of being surrounded by love. A feeling that there was more to this universe than I could see or hear, something different, a sense of a presence. And I have to say that that sense of presence has never left me. It's been with me ever since. And to me, although there was no religious connotation, it wasn't a ritual, it was a very profound experience. And I wonder what you make of that, Peter.
Well, my very quick reaction is that demonstrates the power of symbol and the power of water as a universal or natural symbol, and water that can evoke the transcendence. But it seems to me it demonstrates absolutely the power of something primordial, something archetypal, that is able to touch us deep down.
Deep down?
Yes, that's a very moving story. I think that people who, thought about Hinduism, as it has evolved over the centuries, thought about the immersion into a different kind of a sort of aquatic reality, as it were, and it makes you sentient and opens your body and your mind up to other experiences and cosmic presence of God.
Dan?
So I was wondering, as you were speaking, about the difference between immersion in a natural context, especially maybe a context with no one else there, not a place designed to be immersed or designated for immersion, and immersion in the places either that have been built or within prescribed rituals, or in, as in the case of the Ganges, a river especially set for that. How much difference that made that you were on your own in nature.
Peter, I know very often that Christians will go to the Holy Land and they will bring back water from the Jordan River, and they will use that in baptism. Is that important?
Yes, it is. Location is important for Christian baptism, and the River Jordan is critical, because the ritual that we share in as Christians as we're baptized is the baptism of Jesus. The baptism of Jesus is the model, it's the exemplar, it's a pattern, if you like, of Christian baptism. And Jesus was baptized in the River Jordan.
Do you believe there's something about the Jordan water that intrinsically makes it holier than any other water?
I think holiness is so often what someone attributes to a material part of God's creation. And certainly when Jesus was baptized, the Christian tradition said that Jesus sanctified or consecrated or made holy the living water as something that could make a difference in people's lives through Christian baptism.
Dan, and we've talked about the mikveh. I think we better describe that. Just briefly tell us what it looks like and what it's for.